So our short video will showcase a toolkit of theories and models to reflect on why researchers might experience career challenges, some frameworks to help you think about your researcher development activity and where you can reinforce good messages about career development, but also giving you some permission to challenge some unhelpful messages we might come across in the research environment. So the first theory that I wanted to look at was community interaction theory from Bill Law. And Law argues that within our communities, our career decisions are shaped by, first of all, expectations. So this is what is considered acceptable or not in our community. So researchers, for example, might fear being a disappointment if they want to leave academia, which shows the importance of healthy expectations that researchers will pursue a range of careers. Also, the extent to which our career aspirations do or don't receive support is important. This can be subtly conveyed by the language of our communities, for example, around career options, like calling industry the dark side. And then finally, through information that we absorb directly through observations of the work habits and the patterns of those that are in our community. So to help researchers feel more confident about discussing their next steps and their futures, another career theory, Hooley and Sultana's and Thompson's signpost to socially just career guidance, can help us to understand how we can intervene in these community influencers to build researchers' confidence. And we can do that by building critical consciousness, so acknowledging that what is presented as the facts of life in academia are actually reflections of power structures which favour some over others. By questioning what is normal, rethinking the language that we use to describe career options and avoid portraying some as better than others. And also, finally, by encouraging researchers to work together, encouraging solidarity and collective action over and above competition.
The career model that I was looking at was by Tupper and Ellis, and it's their Squiggly Careers book. So Tupper and Ellis, who've got careers in corporate backgrounds, they run the podcast called Amazing If, and their TEDx talk was has been watched by over 1.5 million people. They look at the world of work as being a world that is truly changing all of the time. One of the first things that they say is that because this world of work is changing so much, that it isn't really reasonable to expect that our managers can really do that much to move us forward, so that we as individuals need to take ownership of that very changing world. It's up to us to understand who we are and what the world around us might do for us in terms of our career. They say particularly that we need to cage the gremlins, and we in research and development might reframe that as imposter phenomenon, but they talk about gremlins sapping people's confidence. So really enabling researchers to think about what it is that they have to offer, the incredible skills that they have. And the third thing that they talk about is the idea of future possibilities, as opposed to having a very clearly mapped out goal, so possibilities rather than probabilities. And I think that that's helpful, particularly when you think about people's appraisals. Documentation often has got that kind of 5-year, 10-year goal. And instead, we ought to be thinking much more creatively about what our possibilities might be. Our final model was Ibarra and her Working Identity book of 2004. Ibarra is a Charles Handy Professor of Organisational Behaviour at the London Business School, and she's previously been at INSEAD and Harvard. She talks about the fact that it's all very well doing all this internal reflecting on ourselves, and that's important, but that instead we need to act, not just think. My slide's the wrong way around. We need to make sure that we put ourselves in situations where we are learning more about ourselves and taking on possible future selves. So in research and development, we need to make sure that we give space and time to help people find out more about themselves, put themselves in different situations and see what our possible future selves might look like. And the other really key thing that I like from Ibarra's work is the idea that change takes time. She talks about the fact that a career change can take 4 or 5 years. And if we think about that in the context of our PhDs or our postdocs contracts, then quite often they really will be in a different place at the end of that contract than they were at the beginning. And we need to encourage them to think about career change from as early through that contract as we possibly can. So we hope that you have found this very quick run through our 4 models and frameworks helpful. The references are on the slide here, and Holly and I will be delighted if you wanted to get in touch with us. Thank you.